And welcome everyone, thank you very much for my post-match analysis. Liverpool-Watford, it was 3-3 at Vicarage Road. Britos with a late equaliser. Stay calm. It was a frustrating day at obviously Vicarage Road for the Reds. Yous all have the frustration, I have the frustration. To tie up, down, up, down, up, down. To start off, there was very good points and very, very bad points to pull out of this match, and hopefully I might not cover everything, hopefully I do, but if you've got, I want to know all your opinions on the match. Leave them in the comment section below, your key points, highlights of the match, points in which in the match you just felt that we didn't do obviously very good, hence the goals. We conceded 3 very sloppy goals. But get in, Premier League is back regardless of the results. The Reds are back in action. Forget all transfer news nonsense. That's what I'm more happy about, seeing the lads, seeing Salah, Mane. Yeah, Premier League football is back and I cannot wait. It's 3-3. It was a frustration day, wasn't it? But I firstly want to touch on the key points. Our defending was an absolute shambles today, and we were all watching it and we were like, set pieces, set pieces, set pieces, set pieces. If there's nothing that we've not learned from last season, it was obviously set pieces. What's Klopp been doing different from in tactics and training ground formations and defensively? It's basic. Pick up your man if we're doing zonal marking or whatever. Lovren, obviously in the first goal, you're letting Okaka absolutely. Lovren made Okaka look like Didier Drogba playing his playing style today. Give him Okaka the credit, but he basically bullied Lovren the whole match. Okaka is no offense to Watford, but he's a Watford striker. He's not like playing against Zlatan Ibrahimovic or Lionel Messi. He's a Watford striker. But for me, Lovren got bullied far too much today in relation to coming up against Okaka. Let me know your thoughts on that. But it's literally just let him run, and he's just like poor defending again, obviously. And then for their second goal, you're like, what are you doing? All their goals were like set piece goals, and that Britos one, what is Wijnaldum doing? Get your head on that, lad. Get it out for the corner. We're winning 3-2. Stoppage time, 93rd minute. Just get rid of the ball. It's basic defending which we're lacking, and I'm not gonna be like, going forward we are absolutely amazing. We didn't have a lot of chances, but I'll talk about the midfield in a second. But going forward, we all knew as Liverpool fans, going forward in this team is not gonna be. We're not gonna struggle scoring goals. We scored 3 today, but it's the back. It's the back in which, unless we're gonna be like winning 4-3 or we're drawing 3-3 games all season, we'll all end up with heart attacks. But I want us to be defensively solid, and all used to. But a lot of people have mentioned obviously the big Virgil van Dijk, and I think I've seen Carragher and Redknapp talk about it on Sky. They were debating, and Carragher was really getting heated. Obviously, if you've seen the match. But it's a scenario, it's basic. We need a leader. Someone to drag Lovren or whoever who's playing in defence. Get them by the ear and drag them. Say, right, you stay on that man. And he make sure he does not win an aerial duel. But you see with the defending, their goals, they all could have been avoided by basic defending and people being switched on and alerted in the box. But we've seen that time after time after time again last season. Obviously our first game in the season, but if that is a thing to look forward to in the future, that needs to get sorted ASAP. And for me, Virgil van Dijk is the key. Obviously, if it'd be Matip and obviously Virgil van Dijk, he's not at the club, but we need to put a bid in for Virgil van Dijk. I'm not saying if we get him, it'd be like the solution to all our defensive problems. Our defensive problems lie in our whole back line. And there was a lot of very good performances. Obviously, Moreno going forward for that first Sadio Mane goal, the link-up play, and that was absolute class. But all our defence as a whole unit are to blame. I'm not going to single out one person in particular, but the defence and the midfield, you defend from the forward line, and then your midfield, and then you defend. But overall, the defensively as a team, we're in absolute shambles. And lucky enough, it's the first game of the season. I want us to get that sorted straight away. But going forward, Sadio Mane, what a finish. Obviously, he come in, turned it, smashed it into the right-hand side. And then obviously, Bobby, I'm saying, Bobby, that was a shot. It wasn't a cross. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I've got a feeling that might have been a cheeky cross. Let me know. Was he going for goal or was he crossing? But obviously, Mo finished that off. Absolute great finish. Obviously, his first competitive goal for the Reds was made up. He got that. And then obviously you got the Bobby Firmino pen. Mohamed Salah obviously running in once again with a sheer pace. Gomez brought him down. Clear pen. But obviously the Britos goal when we were 3-2. It's just situations you were like, obviously with Mignolet, he saved it, but it wasn't like a top binner. It wasn't like, it was very close to him, and a couple of people around me were like, could he have saved it? Or obviously he saved it, but like, I mean, like, catch the ball. Let me know your thoughts on that. It's just little things, but a point is better than no points at the end of the day. There's bits in that, and obviously we hit the post. I want to shout out Trent for his delivery. We've been missing a player that could literally whip in the ball and delivery. His last 2 deliveries into the box in the last 10 minutes, absolute sheer quality. And obviously Trent, he's going to give Kleiny a proper run this season. And Trent, he's only 18 years old. He's done absolutely superb. Obviously he's played for Liverpool before in the Premier League, but for going into this campaign, he's in his first choice nailed down at this current stage in time. Obviously Kleiny's injured, but for me, yeah, the defence, even I pulled Trent into that thing as well, into contention with that back line. They make mistakes. Hopefully they learn, but I don't want to be sat here, and we don't want to be sat here as fans going every single week. It's our defensive side of our game that lets us down week after week after week. That's what we don't want. We don't want to be like having cricket scores where our forward line's doing absolutely superb. And I want to touch on the way in which Emre Can, Wijnaldum and Henderson, there was a lot of sideways passing, backwards passing. Obviously, Henderson now and again was looking for that diagonal ball, but we do miss Phil Coutinho and Adam Lallana. And I said, as soon as Adam Lallana got injured, I want to know your thoughts on that midfield display as well. Were you very disappointed? Or would you have played Grujic in that midfield role? Let me know your thoughts down below, everyone. But you're like, there was no really cutting edge and guile within that midfield. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp come out this week, I think it was like last night, and he said Liverpool are still in the market for a central midfielder, and that was even before, obviously, what happened with Phil, and before Adam Lallana got injured, but it was very much evident that we need a creative midfielder in that position that can get the ball and take it forward. Obviously, Emre, Wijnaldum, they can't play together. I've always said this. I want to know your thoughts. Those 3 can't play together, and hopefully they can get a lot better and you can learn to play together. But there was times last season when you're looking at them like they're too similar. Some of them are very too similar in the way in which you play. But there was bits and periods within the game. I want to know your thoughts. There's a lot I could pick about that, but the Britos goal, obviously, the Okaka, I was very disappointed in the way Lovren handled, and our defence as a whole defended the set pieces. That's a whole big thing coming out of this match. Have we learned from last season? This evidence coming off the back of this, we haven't learned a thing from last season. Set piece goals and everything. I think Sky brought up a stat. The amount of goals that we've conceded under the tenure of Klopp on set pieces is the highest compared to every single Premier League team. And it's very evident we need defensively strong centre-backs. And I think you might be like, oh, it can't be just the centre-back. But we need a leader in that defence. And when you're seeing Matip fuming at them all, screaming, after we conceded, I think it was like the second or third goal. And you're like, come on, lads, just talk. Someone just grab them by the ear and just organise them. You've got players running off each player. You got everyone pointing. You mark him. Just mark your own man. I don't know if Jurgen Klopp does send zonal marking or whatnot. I think he does. But literally, you want, if you pick a man, you stay on your man and you make sure you win that ball. But I don't want to come, and we don't want to, as fans, come the end of the season, we don't want to be like, set pieces next week. We got Palace. The aerial threat in which they will pose in the box come Anfield. Benteke and literally all of them. Scott Dan and every single one of them. I don't want to be speaking about set pieces and slack defending next week. That's what we don't want. But the attacking display of the Reds, obviously, that was absolutely fantastic. We didn't have a lot of chances, but I loved Alberto Moreno. Given us, I was made up, he actually started. There might be a couple of years that you were like, oh, he's starting. Would have liked to have seen Robinson play, but Moreno, I think we should all support Moreno. Obviously, he might have got caught out on one of the goals, but going forward, I hope he's learned a lot. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp's given the confidence in starting, but that little 1-2 with Sadio Mane, like he cut in and all that, and I think it was Emre Can played that ball through, and then obviously Mane with a slotted, absolutely amazing goal. And Bobby's with the pen. Bobby's going to be on the pens all this season. But let me know your thoughts. So 3-3, I'm made up about that match. I'm absolutely buzzing. But thank you very much, everyone. Hope you're having a quality day. And leave your comments and subscribe to the channel for all the latest and breaking Liverpool news, podcast, post-match, pre-match, bit of everything. I'm very much going to hopefully go to the Palace game. I've got a potential ticket, so that'd be amazing. I'll do a match vlog of that and everything. But thank you very much, everyone. We got a point, but Chelsea lost. Hey. Potential champions, they've got the best defensive in the league, but you never know. But I'm made up. Footy is back. Up the Reds. We got a point. Frustrating times, but there's plenty to look forward to in that display as well. There's things we look at in that match we could improve. But first match of the season, we got a point at Vicarage Road. But up the Reds. Up everyone. Up Jurgen Klopp, Mane, Salah. All that forward line is absolute fire. But regardless of what happens in transfer window, footy is back in the Premier League and Liverpool are back playing. Up the Reds. Have a quality weekend, everyone. Enjoy your footy, the rest of it, and I'll speak to you very soon. You never walk alone. Yes.